the Guinea Pig Collective. All will be assimilated. Resistance is futile.
Merry Christmas! Shitter was full!
Today we will look back. For all of you returning and the new arrivals, thank you for being here every week. I unfortunately lost my voice, but I still needed to show love for Old Skool. This is what we are all about.
Hey everybody, what's going on? Tommy and our good buddy Jumper! What's up, Jumper? Well, Jumper's here, and of course you know what that means. It is Transformer time!
The Transformers, more than meets the eye.
So we have coming to us by way of Hasbro and Takara 1985, we have Perceptor. (1981) scene, The Road Warrior. This one basically picks up in the life of Max after the tragic events of the first movie. And the characters in this one are even more over the top than they were in the first film.
Greetings from the warrior of the wasteland!
The gasoline may be ours. Just walk away.
If anyone's gonna get in there, it's gonna be you.
You want to get out of here? You talk to me.
Somebody gets out of here now.
What?
Are you high?
I said, do we have a talent?
There was a 2-year gap in between Series 2 and Series 3. So in Series 3, we get characters such as Chicken Nuggets O'Sore, Madballs. Now, the Madballs franchise actually came on the backs of the Nerf craze that permeated the market at.
Escape artist. Escape artist number 2.
So today we are taking it back to 1976, Tomy Toys Mighty Max. So today we'll be talking about the 1983 Chronoform watches. Now, following the attempt by Takara to license the Diaclone figures in the North American market under Diachron, they attempted to use Chronoform, a rebranding of some of the watches that were included in their Microchange line as part of Microman. We will not just be discussing a single movie. I am actually going to be talking about a collection. The 1982 classic Porky's. Porky's 2. The final installment, Porky's Revenge. So today we will be talking about Neil Israel, Pat Proft, Hugh Wilson written and Hugh Wilson directed, 1984 Police Academy.
You gonna get involved, I'm gonna knock your ass out too. Make a choice.
Hey guys, what's going on? Tommy and Rorschach! What's up, Rorschach? Say hello to the people, Rorschach. You are a star. You just don't know it yet. Anyway, guys, we got another toy line to show off. This one is a little bit of an older one, and we hope you enjoy that. Later, people! So, today we are delving into the strange and obscure toy lines that were out in the 1980s. Now, this one was originally released in 83, but we're going to have to talk about the back history a little bit so you understand it. Well, what are we talking about? We are talking about muscle. Millions of unusually small creatures lurking everywhere. Once again, we will be taking a journey back into the past. This one has credited writers of Dan Aykroyd, Harold Ramis, and Rick Moranis, who is otherwise uncredited, directed by Ivan Reitman. This one stars Bill Murray, Dan Aykroyd, Sigourney Weaver, Harold Ramis, Rick Moranis, and Ernie Hudson. This is 1984's Ghostbusters.
Ghostbusters. Yes, we're back.
Cocaine's a hell of a drug.
Hey everybody, what's going on? Jumper here. Wanted you guys to take a look at the next old school toy. Right, Jumper? Let them know, pal. And what do we have, Jumper? The Galaxy robot converts into 3-in-1 variable space machines? Oh, this is an interesting one, Jumper. Good pick, buddy.
I'm gravely disappointed. Again, you have made me unleash my dogs of war.
Well, baby, me so horny. Me so horny. Me love you long time. $5 each. Me sucky sucky.
Sucky funky, smoke cigarette in a pushy. She give you everything you want. Long time.
Oh shit. This baby's hand look like she can suck the chrome off a trailer hitch.
She said no boom boom with soul brother.
What the motherfucker?
She said soul brother chupoku.
What is this, man?
What you got there, Chief? Do you want number one funky?
What we have here, little yellow sister, is a magnificent specimen of pure Alabama black snake. But ain't too goddamn buku.
And I, all day long, I put up a dog's ass. Just bang, bang, bang up his ass. That's my pleasure.
We will be talking about Buck Rogers toy lines. Today we will be going back a little bit further than normal. Today we will be going back to 1978 to 1979, created by Glenn A. Larson, Battlestar Galactica.
By your command.
They actually did what they have on the back of this Scarab unit. So basically you would fire it and it would just pop out just a little bit like that.
Scan for identification.
Be written and directed by John Hughes. 1985, The Breakfast Club.
I'm Batman. Obviously, sir.
What are you?
I'm Batman. I'm Batman.
Hi, Freeze. I'm Batman.
I'm Batman.
I'm Batman.
I'm Batman.
I'm Batman. I'm Batman. Listen, I'm Batman.
Really? You're ahead of Bale? The man who personified the words, I'm Batman. I'm Batman.
I never had to say I'm Batman. I showed up. People knew I was Batman. Darling, I don't have to answer to you. I'm Batman.
I'm Batman.
I'm Batman. I'm Batman. I don't sound anything like that. I'm Batman. Outrageous. I'm Batman.
Hey, I'm more Batman than Batman.
Who are you? I'm Batman. No, you're not. I'm Batman. No, dudes. I'm Batman. I'm Batman.
You could be Batman. Sure.
I'm Batman.
See?
I am Fruit Batman.
I'm Batman!
I'm Batman. No, you're not.
I'm Batman.
I'm thirsty. I'm hungry.
I'm Batman. Who are you? I'm Batman. I am vengeance. I am the night. I am Batman. I'm Batman.
What are you doing?
I'm Batman-ing.
I'm Batman. I'm awesome.
Hey everybody, what's going on? Tommy and the full Guinea Pig Collective here today because we got a good one to talk about. It's got a little bit of everything and it deals with events from different times, and the pigs are excited to get into this one. Right, guys? Let's do this thing. And it's going to be Back to the Future. And I'm going to start it off with my Collector's Series for Back to the Future.
It's gotta be a dream. Are you telling me you built a time machine? What of a DeLorean? Oh, this is heavy. Use that word again, heavy. Why are things so heavy in the future? Is there a problem with the Earth's gravitational pull?
I really did enjoy picking this one up, and it's got a light up feature for the front with the flux capacitor.
Holiday road. Holiday road.
Are you gonna go for it?
It's crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy.
This summer, when you think vacation, think National Lampoon's Vacation.
So today we will be talking about a movie based on a comic book written by Al Feldstein and William M. Gaines, written and directed by John Hughes. 1985's Weird Science.
He's alive! Alive! You die. She walks out of here with a severe limp.
Ooh. Damn, them fake teeth are hard. Bye-bye.
You still hit like a bitch, motherfucker.
So today's toy line in question is going to be the GoBots.
Such heroic nonsense.
And we are going to stop and take a look today at Judge Dredd. And in 1999, Reaction, Reaction, the guys who usually make those tiny figures we're so used to seeing, they actually did 2000 AD collector series Judge Dredd. And of course, like I said, here is Judge Death. This one looks awesome. The Silverhawks.
What car is that coming up? Creepy.
Drive by!
So we have our good buddy Cliff Jumper here with us again. What's going on, Cliff Jumper? And of course, you know what that means. It's Transformer time. Now, when I was growing up and I started collecting Transformers, one of the ones that I always wanted to get when I was younger and I could never get my hands on was Shockwave. Shockwave was released with the Hasbro line of Transformers in 1985, but his story does not actually begin then.
Well, we're waiting.
And we have Jumper. Jumper's on the spinning dial, and Jumper's getting ready for another Transformers video. Right, Jumper? All right, guys, here we go. And because we did a video on slag,
Excuse me.
we got the original slag from 1985. Now, granted, this one still needs a little bit more work. I haven't had a chance to take these things out and finish fixing them the way I normally would, because you can see his jaw's a little bit, it's a little bit loose. Visionaries, Knights of the Magical Light. The Voltron series that so many of us remember, that ran from September 10th of 1984 to November 18th of 1985, a total of 72 episodes from World Event Productions, was actually based and adapted from a Japanese anime titled Beast King Go Lion, which eventually was dubbed into English and edited to create the Voltron episodes. This is the 1985 Kellogg's Premium Toy Giveaway, the Starbots. So today I wanted to take a brief moment and talk about one of the knockoff lines of transforming robots that came out in the mid to late 80s. On the heels of the craze from the GoBots and the Transformers came all these different companies that wanted to jump on the bandwagon and create their own version of the transforming robot so they could cash in on the money like all the big companies. And what I still have in my collection right now is from 1984 by a company called Typhon. The simply named Working AM Robotic Radio was their answer to the big toy craze at the time. And to continue our talk on wrestling and wrestling figures, of course, found some more of these LGN ones.
And the Masters of the Universe.
Marvel action figures. And without having to say it, we all know that over the years, action figures have gone from what was originally deemed as kids stuff to more grown-up collector's items. Grown men and women that go out to stores looking for these figures to collect them because it's part of their childhood, it's part of who they are.
He says that he's an a-hole, but he's not, and I'm quoting him here, 100% a dick.
We are going to be talking about those robotic marvels, those giant heroes of ages past, the Shogun Warriors.
You better run, Mojito.
What? I thought you said don't move.
That was before. Now, you run. Adios, amigo.
And so I'm going to show off a few of my old G.I. Joes from left to right. We got Bushido, we have Dusty, we have the Dreadnoughts, Zartan and his brother Xandar, we have the Bat, and the Dreadnought air skiff driver, Zanzibar. Hasbro's G.I. Joe.
G.I. Joe, fighting man from head to toe, on the land, on the sea, in the air.
He's 27 years old, single but searching. Favorite sports, windsurfing and Aikido. Favorite pastimes, cigars and sex.
No one laughs at a master of quack fu.
That's a duck.
Although, I have developed a greater appreciation for the female version of the human anatomy.
About where it's going.
Hey everybody, what's going on? Tommy and of course Jumper is here as well. What's going on, Jumper? Wink wink. What's up, pal? Good buddy. And Cliff Jumper wanted to talk about his namesake. And of course here we have the G1 Cliff Jumpers. Now we actually have the original 1984 with the yellow version as well, and the 2006 release that wound up being a keychain between them, except for the back where they put the sticker. It's fully chromed over with an Autobot sticker instead of the robotic sticker that they had on the back of the original one. Now, of course, the original Cliff Jumper was listed as a warrior, and his motto was strike first, strike fast, and strike hard.
Cliff Jumper, what are you doing? I've got Megatron dead center in my viewfinder.
Let me at him is Cliff Jumper's motto. His eagerness and daring have no equal. He's driven by a desire to win the battle against the Decepticons. Finds Earth terrain a hindrance. One of the fastest Autobots. Often uses his speed to draw fire away from others. Shoots glass gas.
Try this! It's a gas!
Which makes metal as brittle as glass. His recklessness often leads to actual blowouts and situations too dangerous for him to handle. And of course, we have all three cliff jumpers in their robot forms. Of course, with many of the 1984 line of robots from the mini car selection that actually came over from Takara as part of their micro change line, these ones did not have a lot of articulation. Right, Jumper? But if we actually take the 2006 one, which is in the best shape since the other ones are original, he just had arm movement. That is pretty much it. Hey everybody, what's going on? Rorschach and I are coming at you again with another toy break. Right, Rorschach? Here we go. So, coming by way of Mattel in 1992, we have Key-Force. This was an interesting toy line. Basically, it was an everyday or average looking car, or maybe not so average looking car. And what you would do is you would take the key underneath it to activate its features. Key is stored underneath. And you'd put it in the slot in the back. Turn the key. And flip a few panels down. And you would have an armored vehicle. And you could actually put the key in the top and turn the cannon. And while Rorschach is still sitting here and he is willing to share a space with another toy item, how much longer that's going to last, I don't know. But from 1985 in Upright Toys, we have a Transformer GoBot knockoff. This one in the way of a Pontiac Firebird. This one is very stupidly simple. It is unfortunately missing a wheel on the side. Maybe packed away somewhere, but who knows. But so these things were quite simple to transform. So spin it around, pop the arms out, and that's your robot. Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome back to another toy break as we are here again with our good friend Jumper. Oh, what's the matter, Jumper? I know. Now, normally, of course, with Jumper here, it's Transformers related, but we're going to be talking about his sometimes beat down, sometimes illy talked about brethren of the Transformers, and that would be the GoBots. Now, these ones actually come by way of Wendy's as part of their toy meals from 1985. We have these two guys, the Jet and the Truck. The Truck's name was Beamer, and the Jet was Skyfly. Of course, being toys from a fast food restaurant, of course, the transformation is going to be stupidly simple. Yeah, not a whole lot to them. No, his head doesn't want to stay up. And then this guy pops down, and you just pull out the arms, and that is pretty much it with these guys. Yeah, that head does not want to stay up. I have to get in there and fix that eventually, but they were a nice little addition to a Happy Meal or a kids meal, as it were, for Wendy's. Interesting figures and capitalizing on the brand that was already out with the GoBots. Anyway, guys, this was your toy break for today. Hey everybody, what's going on? And welcome back for another toy break with our good pal, Cringer. Cringer is here for a bit of an older toy. Now, originally these toys came out in 1964 from the founder of the company that originally started off as an oil company, then got into gas, from Leon Hess. So 4 years after he founded his company in 1960, he created the first toy as a thank you to all the customers. And then in 1985, a reproduction of the first Hess truck came out, and this one was the Hess Truck Toy Bank. To actually still have this one sitting in its original box was something I was not prepared to find over my father's house. And I know a few of you may scream a little bit, yeah, but I took this sucker out of the box. It was brand new in the box, and the boxes back then were not sealed. So they were just closed up. So taking this out of the box is not changing the value of it at all. But as you can see, this thing is in perfect shape. And if I did have a D battery, which I just don't seem to have, I would be able to light this thing up, because underneath, you put a D battery in there, and it has a light up feature for the front lights, and I think maybe the interior lights as well. It also has a retractable gas nozzle and hose sitting on the side. A very cool piece. And of course, right here at the top, there is a slot so you can put your coins in. Dick Dastardly and Muttley. This one was actually produced in 1973 in Great Britain by Corgi Comics. I've had this one for a long time. 90% of this thing is die-cast metal, and these guys are just like rubber. He actually comes off, but he's a pain in the ass to get back on this one. And next up, from 1980, from Buddy L, we have the Incredible Hulk in his Jeep. So in 1988, Mattel tried a new line called the Food Fighters, with guys such as Major Munch, Chip the Ripper, the Brigadier General, the Mean Wiener. A name that would not be allowed today because somebody would get offended, but Fat Frenchie, Sergeant Scoop, Taco Terror, Private Pizza, and Lieutenant Leg. Cringer's hanging out here, and he is ready for another toy break, so here we go. So for this toy break, we actually have a small collection of some of the Indiana Jones 3 3/4 inch figures that we have. Of course, you got Toad, you have Indiana Jones, Sala, and of course the swordsman that Indy shot down. Of course, Indy was the one that actually came with like a quick draw action. He used to come with a gun and a little whip, both of which are missing. Sala came with a torch. Of course, he came with a sword, and Toad came with a small pistol as well as his removable cloak. Anytime you go near this cage, you are taking the risk of Jumper getting your toes. Right, Jumper? Always on the lookout for those toes. And here we have a classic reproduction of the 1959 first edition of Risk. Hey everybody, what's going on? And we have another toy break for you again. This time from Hope Industries, we have the 1983, unfortunately not standing very well anymore, Alien Queen digital watch. They were making a lot of different things as digital watches back in the 80s. And the Alien franchise was no different. Whether or not this thing would actually still work, I am not 100% sure. There is teeny tiny little screws in the back that I probably could remove a back panel and change out those batteries if they ain't destroyed already. But the head moved on this thing, and that was about it. There was no articulation as far as this little figure was concerned. It was just a little interesting piece to have if you were an Aliens fan.
You know me, but I don't remember smelling you before. Who are you and where do you come from?
Now you better get your stank asses up out of here before I cause a nuclear holocaust up in here, fool. Let's go, fool. Come on now. A little bit Hiroshima and Nagasaki.
Forget the days where you should spend assimilated, but you don't know yet. Attacking us is not very wise. While always growing every seed of your lies.
What we are looking at, good and evil, right and wrong. It's a big world order. A big world order. A big world order. A big world order. Somebody's gonna wind up getting their toes nibbled off in here. A big world order. 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 Better hide your toes because we're coming for 'em. A big world order. A big world order.